The child has to pay it back through labor, image, and earnings for years, because this is where it gets evil. The child gets 10%. So if your child generates 100,000 in bookings, your child gets nothing until the school says the debt is cleared. But wait, it gets worse. After your child writes matric,
Moto tshwantse pass prelim, if it's a tshwantse release album. Like, that's insane.
free education, accommodation, food, clothing. The school negotiates everything. It's one of the most concerning agreements I've ever seen.
Wait, what is going on here? How's school got him in a contract, bruv? What's
I know
going
you didn't ask, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. There's a school here on TikTok that's always dancing. You've probably wondered when these kids actually learn. They recruit them, give them bursaries, turn them into TikTok stars, and then they own them for 5 years minimum.
What?
I got my hands on a contract that was sent to me, and what I'm about to show you is one of the most concerning agreements I've ever seen. Stay with me.
hell no.
This might be the longest video I've ever done. Let me break down every single clause that should worry parents. Also, I have to say, I've redacted the name of the school because based on my research, I found that this contract was given to parents on the side. So they might come after me for defamation. And I ain't got it like that. They call it a bursary. It sounds generous, right? Free education, free accommodation, food, clothing. But the contract states in clause 3.3, all bursary-related costs are fully sponsored by the school/label and are recoupable. That means, according to this contract, it's not a gift. It's treated as a loan. Every meal, every night's accommodation, school uniform. The contract allows the school to keep a tab running. And
Nah, but how are you sending your child to TikTok school? What's going on, bruv?
according to this agreement, the child has to pay it back through labor, image, and earnings for years. Clause 4.1. This agreement shall remain in force for fixed term of 5 years. Your 13-year-old signs this, they're locked in until they're 18. But wait, it gets worse. 4.2. Upon completion of grade 12, the school or label have an option to re-sign or renew the learner/artist for a minimum period of 3 years.
Wait,
so that's
what?
8 years minimum if the school decides they are profitable. And clause 4.4, until expiry or written clause, the learner/artist remains contractually bound. Translation:
How's this even legal?
your child is property for nearly a decade, starting as a minor. Clause 5,
That's crazy.
post-matric album obligation. After your
Album?
child writes matric, they must deliver one full studio album to the school.
What is this, bruv? I've never heard of such things. Nah, this is
Commercially
crazy, bro.
acceptable, meaning the school decides if it's good enough.
Ah.
Only after delivering this album can your child elect to exit. But remember
Elect.
clause
Oh,
5.3,
that's
exit
a
shall
slave
only
deal.
be permitted once all obligations and recoupment requirements are met. So your 18-year-old writes matric, delivers an album, and still can't leave until the school says the debt is paid. This is how they extend the contract beyond 5 years. Now let's talk money.
Here comes the money.
Yo, Mr. Matt Easy.
Here comes the money.
Because this is where it gets evil. Clause 6.2, digital sales split. The
Oh,
child gets
no.
10%.
Of streams, bruh. 10% of streams is nothing. That's like 10% of a peanut. And his name is Peanut. Oh, God.
10%. Ema. Clause 6.3, payment commences only after full
Can't make this
recoupment
shit up.
of expenses. So the school adds up everything, and the child doesn't see a cent until all is paid back. And who decides when
The
it's all
school?
paid back? The school.
I like Peanuts.
Typical record label.
He's an amazing dancer, talented young man, and I wish him nothing but the best. But if we as fans love and support him, then we must be able to ask these questions as to say that, listen, is this child's rights and his best interest put to the forefront?
No.
And if it isn't, then heads need to start rolling. Because in what world in South Africa does a child
Sign
get
a
into
contract.
this agreement, even with
Aye.
parental consent?
Aye.
Then clause 7.1, until recoupment, the split is 70% to the school, 30% to the child. So
no.
if your child generates 100,000 in bookings, the school takes 70,000
Getting
rand.
30K,
Your child
boy.
gets 30,000 rand. That 30,000 rand goes towards recoupment first. So actually, your child gets nothing until the school says the
Recoups.
debt is cleared.
You don't find that suspicious?
Clause 8.
That's a typical
endorsements
record
and-
label, bro. This is what the labels be doing. This is no different from a record label. It's the same shit. This is a record label contract, bro.
Sponsorships. The school negotiates everything. Your child can't do deals independently.
Wow.
And the split 50-50
360.
after expenses. So if
Wow.
Coca-Cola wants to sponsor your child for 500,000 Rand, the school takes 250,000 Rand. And guess what counts as expenses? Whatever the school says. Marketing, management, development costs. All deducted before the split.
The time you can
Your
get
child's
5K,
face
bruh.
is worth 500,000 Rand. The school takes half, then deducts expenses. Your child might see 50,000 Rand if they're lucky. And remember, this is after recoupment. So that 50,000 Rand also goes towards paying back the bursary.
Oh, this is
So
it.
no
Oh.
onyoko owner everything. Awukhonahali shem. You understand?
The TikTok page of the said ambitious high school in Pretoria, is that TikTok page owned by the school or owned by someone outside of the school? And if it is owned by someone in the school, do the kids sign any form of a release agreement where the parent says, hey, I'm allowing you guys to use my child's name, face, and likeness for your TikTok page? Because it's a huge page seen by millions of people.
Clause 10, penalty for side bookings. If your child accepts any booking without the school's permission, even a birthday party performance, here's what happens. The school can take
Penalty.
the 10,000
I
Rand,
knew it.
kick them out of school, still demand them to pay back the bursary, then sue them for damages.
Oh,
Clause
gosh.
9.5, the parent or guardian clause. Now this one is crazy.
Oh, this is
Parents
bad.
can't act as a manager. They can't negotiate bookings or accept offers on behalf of their child without written consent from the school. So even though you are the legal guardian, you have signed away your parental rights to manage your own child's career.
So they own your
It
child.
does not make sense that
Aye.
these kids are now in somewhat of like a commercial agreement where motho tshwantse pass prelim if it's a tshwantse release a album. Like, that's insane to me, genuinely.
Here's what this school appears to create. A school
You can't pass matric, bruh, if you don't drop a fire album, bruh. I've never heard of such things. Like, nah. What's going on, la? Subzanse.
uses free education as bait to recruit talented children, then locks them in for about 5 to 8 years as minors, according to these terms, takes 70 to 90% of their earnings per revenue splits, claims ownership of their music, controls their social media, prevents parents from intervening, and calls it a bursary.
I always found it sus that these kids go to an estate. They dance at that said estate, and there are a lot of adults around them, like
must be
celebrities,
dirty.
influencers. And I'm always thinking, like, where exactly are the responsible adults in that situation who are there to look after them and make sure that nothing untoward happens to them, right? More specifically, where like they're in a 360 deal.
Eish.
Like nahano ba take
A pure
Messi,
360.
if so ba take
A harsh
360.
one.
La khona mara.
Yeah, that's
child has-
bro. Get your child out of that school, bro. What are you doing, bro? Why are you signing your child's life away? What type of parent are you for fame and money? But these are Hollywood things. People do this in Hollywood all the time, bro. Telling you, it's nothing new. Oh, who calling me now? Yo, you're interrupting my flipping. Bruv, my phone don't even work. Who the hell is calling me right now? Oh, hell nah. Oh, hell nah, bro. Bro, just ruining my life right now. Bro, let me breathe, nigga. Oh my god, bro. I can't even silence the shit. How do you put the shit on silent, nigga? Put the shit on silent, nigga. Bro, my phone is breaking. Okay, put it on silent quickly. Take the sound off. Yeah.
To pay it back through labor.
Ish, now what was I saying, bro? Hey, bro, just ruined my train of thought, bro. Oh my gosh. But all I gotta say is, bro, this is not good for any child to be going through. I don't think this is... When you read this contract, I think any lawyer would have told you this is a weird deal. I don't think you should put a child under the age of 18 into something like this because you're basically signing their lives away, which there's no need to do that. Let them go to school normally. Once they're 18, they can start doing all this TikTok, what. Just at least let them get through school first before you sign their life away. What's going on with you parents, bro? Y'all want your child to be famous so bad, bro. Y'all want fame and money. Y'all watch Kardashians, keeping up with the Kardashians. Nah, you would think you flipping Kris Jenner, bruv. You sign your child's life away to some school here, bruv. Now they're taking everything 360 deal. They're telling you your child they're gonna drop an album, a fire album at that to pass my trick. In big 2026, you know how hard it is to drop a fire album, bro. Especially as a young kid, bro. What do you even know about fire shit, bro, yet? You just take chancing the shit, bro. Nah, come on, bro. This is crazy. This gotta be shut down with immediate effect, man. What sort of irresponsible, evil people are putting kids in these type of situations? Y'all are sick, man. Y'all are sick out there, bro. Brother. Y'all are disgusting, man. This is what you're doing to the kids, bruv. Putting them in slave deals, 360 slave deals, when they're 13, when they're barely even old enough to think, bruv. Like, what are y'all doing? That's disgusting. That's despicable. Y'all call yourselves adults. This is what you're doing to kids, bro. This is a sick world, bro. Sick exploitation to the fullest. That's what you people are doing. Y'all are exploiting these kids, bro. For your TikTok page, y'all dance then, bro. Y'all dance if you want to take lion's share. Y'all dance, bruv. Because these kids could do the same thing on their own phone, bro. And get the same numbers. But y'all are running this factory, bro. The slave factory over here. Getting the coin of some kids, bro. Despicable.